This is another deal I got sent. Again, some shops, but part of it, if you don't own automotive, the goal is just like from how you view valuations. This one's doing 1.2 in revenue with a 9.5K rent. The other does about 700K in revenue with a 4K rent. The guy claims he had an offer for 1.2 million, I think it was, for both. What should I offer? What's a good deal here? So, okay, so a couple things on this one. This is no real estate because of the rents. So we only have a business valuation is the only factors here. And in this one, I would break them. I would look at them separately. Number one, a store doing 1.2 million in our kind of line probably is making. It depends on I don't know. It's probably doing about 150K in profit. And most of the time, these things are going to trade somewhere around like a 3.5x. So that would put him at like 450, I want to say, 525. So let's just call it 500K, something in that range, 500, 525, something in that range is probably what that single store is worth. Depends on a bunch of other factors. Now, the 700K store is going to be doing close to $0 in profit, if not losing money. Super cheap rent though, that's pretty attractive. I would definitely want to do the lease reviews because maybe it's 4K rent now, but his option, the lease expires in like 2 years, and the landlord is gonna jump that rent to $8,000, and all of a sudden, it's gonna take way more money to break even. So I would definitely be part of it. This one doing zero profit, it's going to be the asset value. And so in this case, I don't know, 150,000, something like that is probably what this thing's worth. So, maybe he's at 650 to, 700K, something like that is probably what it's worth to me. Now, how I'd want to structure it is owner financing, right? So this is how we've done a bunch of deals. I bought in, 25 or something, 28 of our stores with owner financing, something called seller financing. And so I would go to them. I would figure out a couple things. One is how much debt do they have? Because generally they have to use the money to pay off debt. Now, if they don't have a lot of debt, then great. If they have no debt, then, it gives us a lot more flexibility. I'm going to make an offer that is usually around 50 to 75K down. It's just like a number that has worked for me for a bunch of deals. I bought a $2 million acquisition. It was a $2 million acquisition for $50,000 down. I've done a 500K acquisition for 50K down. I've done a $700,000 deal for 50K down. I think I did a $300,000 one for 50K down. I don't know. It's just a number. I kept throwing it out. People kept liking it. So, for whatever, it's comfort level there. So I would put it down as 50K. And then normally what I do is to figure out like a payment calculator. I would back into the math here to say, what do we think this business can afford? And I'd structure my offer actually around that. So if I said, hey, my goal is to make this thing, let's say 700K, and I'm going to put $50,000 down. I'm just going to do this math real quick on my little app. On the interest rates, I don't like, I'd probably do something. I would start with something like this, where I give them, let's say 50K down, and then 72 a month for 10 years. I would start by offering some sort of seller financing thing like that. Now he may say, well, I don't want to wait 10 years. I want to get my money sooner, blah, blah, blah. So we're like, okay, we'll do a 5-year balloon payment. Right. So same structure, same terms, same payments. And this is at a 700K valuation here. And then we work on that, right? We try to say, all right, maybe he wants 8K a month, maybe it's 5 years, 7 years, maybe we could put more money down. Now, if he really, really needs cash and he doesn't want to do any seller financing, then we got to go to a bank, and then the bank's got to get involved, and the bank's got to value it. And if he's making no money at this store, depending on how much he's showing profit here, it's possible he's showing almost no profit if he's taking a bunch of salary out of it. So you got to do add backs, and the bank's going to comb through all this stuff, and it really depends on how quickly he wants to get the deal done. If he wants to get out of these, sometimes I talk to these guys and they want to get out of the business in a month. They're literally at their breaking point. Maybe another deal fell through. Maybe they want to move. Maybe someone else got a job. Maybe their kids off to college and they just say screw it. I just want to go. I'm going to move and follow them and and they're just like, they've made their money and they're just ready to get this like liability off their shoulders. And that's honestly where like a lot of the seller financing, these deal come through. So anyway, so I'd value it somewhere in the 600 to 700K range. So basically half of what he's currently asking. So it may not go anywhere. That's okay. And then I'd structure some sort of like seller financing deal that is good for me. And then ultimately, I end up using the store's cash flow to pay it off and less money out of pocket.